guys, happy Tuesday. I can't believe it's Tuesday already. So here we are, it's my lunch break, and I thought I would show you how to make a card. So I've been doing a lot of card projects this last week, just trying to get stuff done, and I have ended up with a ton of scraps. So I wanted to do a card that uses some scraps. So this is our card. I'm hoping it looks right in the video. I have to stand. Oh, you can't even see it. There we go. See, check it out. It's our card. And it just uses a bunch of scraps, which is fabulous. So I had some 1-inch wide strips of designer series paper, and I just chopped those down into 1-inch by 1-inch squares and put them on this card. I needed some thank you cards, so I thought, hey, we'll do this. So I will show you how to make this card. Let's see. Do we need to increase the brightness on the light? I think so. Alright. I have my daughter watching comments, and she's going to watch the screen and let me know if it looks terrible, and then we can adjust as needed. Alright, she's there. It looks like we're sideways. Let me turn my phone. Sorry for the turn. I did get a new stand. Oh, that looks a whole lot better. Okay, does that look better on the screen? Oh, it hasn't turned yet. So we've got a delay between what I'm recording and what shows on the computer screen. We're trying to improve our video quality.
Might need to zoom in.
Zoom in? Okay.
Just a little.
I have a light here so that we can try to get some light to show. Alright, I think we're doing better. So we're still working out logistics in here, and it's just a little bit crazy. Alright, so I know that that's the window I can work with. Okay, so I have a piece of just Whisper white paper, and we're going to glue some of these squares down so that we can see them. And then we'll stamp and do some fun stuff. And so let's glue stuff together. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is make sure that everything is lined up on my piece of cardstock so that it looks nice. So I have these pieces that have the bigger flowers that are chopped down, and then I have some with littler flowers. So I want these to go in the middle, and then I'm going to put the bigger flowers on either side. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball and guesstimate where-ish the middle is. So, oh, that doesn't look very square, so we'll use this piece. I want it kind of here. There's no precise measurements, so we'll get this. And I know that my edge piece needs to hang off a little bit, so we'll line that up. And it's good to line things up before you glue it down, just so that it looks right and you don't have to like try to tear stuff off of your paper. Alright, so I've got those kind of ish where I want them, so we will line these up. And I thought when I was making my sample card, I'm like, this takes forever, and that's because I was trying to prep stuff for my sample card and the one I would make on the video. It actually went really fast because I made 2 more cards right afterwards. Okay, so my light is getting shadowy. Alright, so we've got that there. I want to save some of these bigger flowers to go in the middle. Darn it, I moved. So this is the worst part, is just lining it up where you want it. The rest of it goes super quick. Alright, I'll put that one there. Let's see if I've got another big magnolia. This is from the Magnolia Lane Designer Series paper pack, which is retiring on the 2nd, so next week. And so I wanted to use up some of that old paper too. Alright, so I've got my layout. I like how it looks, so I'm going to very, very carefully move one square off and use my snail and just put some adhesive on the back of my scrap. Is anybody watching yet?
I don't think so.
Alright. So we have this really cool system because I've been doing some lives on my church's women's group page, and I've been doing some cooking demos. And so my daughter will jump on my laptop and watch for comments and questions, and then she'll say, hey, we've got a question, or hey, this person is watching. And it works fantastic. I love it. So I was getting ready to do this, and she's like, hey, when's your next live? I'm like, in 10 minutes. She's like, cool, I'll come do the laptop part. I'm like, all right. So she is my handy dandy helper. But since this is a public page and she is a minor, we are protecting her identity, and you will only ever see her hands and hear her mentioned as my daughter. Just because there's weird people out there. And since it is social media and she's not quite the right age for social media, we are protecting her identity. Anyway, so I am just quickly and carefully putting this down. This is kind of cool because you really don't have to stamp. You could even do this in landscape. So like right now I'm pro portrait. I'm like, what is the term? I should know this. I am right-handed, but sometimes I use my left hand to do things. So we've got that down. Like even like landscape, it would look really cool, but I wanted to do portrait, and I keep moving my paper. I'm so sorry if I'm making anybody seasick. I did see a fun, like you guys haven't seen my face since I think my first Facebook Live, because I haven't perfected the camera transition. So I am going to work on that, and hopefully at some point I will be able to do that a little bit better. Alright, so we're just gluing these down. I had to move my floor lamp that was in here because we're sorting through stuff, and there's a couple of extra piles behind me, so it's taking up my floor space. I'm getting tired of this wiggling. So I'm about to get all high tech and tape it down. Alright, I'll glue that down, and then I have tape. Yeah, this is the high-tech way to keep things together. We're just going to tape a couple of spots. Pardon my arm. Okay, we're good. You don't have to tape the whole thing, just a couple spots, and then I won't jiggle everything. Alright, those are all glued. Alright, so during the week, if there's something you're like, I really would love to know how to do this technique, could you show me how to do it? Just message me or comment on a Facebook Live and say, hey, could you show me how to do this? I've heard about it. And I can either figure out how to do it and show it on a Facebook Live, or send you a message. Either way, I'm always up for learning new things, and there's some things I already know. But I needed some thank you cards, and I wanted to use up some scraps, so that's where this public service announcement came to you. Alright, sorry, lining that up. Can I think and talk at the same time? We don't know for sure. Anyway, I'm happy to show you some fun techniques. Maybe next week we'll do masking. Do you guys know how to do masking? Okay, my lovely assistant just shook her head like, no. So maybe next week that's what we'll do. We'll find something fun to use and make a mask. Alright, so I have everything taped down, and we're gonna, I stuck it to the grid paper. Alright, so then we just want to trim these extra flyaway pieces off. Cut that down. Just stick it off camera. Get the other side. Alright. Having a pair of scissors handy is always nice. We don't need our scraps anymore, but I have enough to make more cards. Oh no, that's right there. Alright, so I do want to stamp some words on here. Are we centered in my frame? We're pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to use some Mossy Meadow ink. This is my all-time favorite color. Stampin' Up! Was brilliant, and I believe they love me because it did retire for a while, and then when they did the color revamp a couple years ago, they brought it back, and I cried. Alright, so we're going to stamp a You're Seriously the Best on here. Got that lined up a little bit, and then I want a Thanks, a really big one. So these images come from the Seriously the Best stamp set. I think, pretty sure that one's in the new catalog. I'll double check though. I've been using a lot of retired stuff just to get a little more use out of it, try to use it up, make it worth the investment. Alright, so stamping the Thanks. Set these off to the side because I will stick my hand in there. It's just what I do. Alright, so then I'm going to put just a back on there just to kind of frame it out because I'm going to use a white card base. And this is Mossy Meadow cardstock. I love Mossy Meadow. And it was part of the colors recommended for this suite. And I love how this makes just fun little noises. Cranking. Alright. So, again, my trick with this, I line up my long edge. And this is going to be just a really, really thin border. And it looks like we're about even. And press that down. See, it already looks cute. Alright, and then we're going to put some adhesive on the back of the card. Alright. Do you have any friends that can see it, my kid? Alright. It's okay. People can catch it later. This is a weekly shindig. So, ooh. Alright, so I almost made a giant mistake and glued it upside down. So glad I caught that because I would have had to tear it off, and yeah, then it like gets crinkly, and that's just no fun. So ways you could like jazz this up, you could use some ribbon or some twine, probably twine on this and tie a bow around here. You could add some rhinestones. Ooh, do I have rhinestones out? Alright, we'll jazz this one up. One thing I did on this other card, my sample that I showed you at the beginning. Alright, we're just folding that down. So ta-da! So simple. Alright, so on this other card, we'll see if we can catch it in the picture. But, oh, sorry. So you'll see on there, I took some Wink of Stella and I just outlined the words. So it makes it all glittery. So that's just one cute way you can jazz it up. We'll just keep doing that one. So I've got some rhinestones that I can pull out. You could also add just a couple of rhinestones just to make it cute. So I like to use my Take Your Pick tool and use the spatula end. And you can just use that and slide it under to pick up your rhinestone. And we'll put it, where should we put it? We'll put it down here in the corner. Put that one there. And I'll get like a medium size one. We can come up here, and we'll get a little one. Come on. This just makes it easier to pick up, and otherwise you like have to pinch it and use your fingers, and it gets all weird. Sometimes I have technical difficulties with it, but not often. So we'll just put that there. So you've got a couple of rhinestones. We'll do an extra one on here. And grab another little one. I don't know. I do the rules of 3. So you want to do either 3 or 5 or 7 so that it can kind of balance out. So we added some there. So that's one way you could jazz that up a little bit. But if you're just a simple stamper, I love to do simple stamping. I think they make nice clean cards. You can just leave it plain, or you can go crazy. You could use your Wink of Stella and color in some flowers. That adds a little more pop of shimmer. This one's running out. I think I need to get another one. But you can just glitter up your designer series paper. When you do that, the ink doesn't run. It can smear a little bit when you do that with ink you've stamped with. But then I love Wink of Stella because the glitter does not come off. So this one is just a clear brush. If you don't have the Magnolia Lane Designer Series paper or the Seriously the Best stamp sets, that's okay. You can use whatever you want. So this one uses the Bonanza Buddies. We just did a Let's Celebrate You. This would be great for graduation, for a birthday. You could even, a bridal shower. What else would we use to celebrate people? Anything that's celebratory. So there's that option. Or there's the Dino Days. My nephew loves dinosaurs, and so I actually got this just to make cards for him. But it says, thanks for being a friendosaurus. Because right now, last week was my birthday, and I had people stop by and drop off cards and presents, and somebody brought my favorite candy bar, and I thought that was fantastic. So I have a lot of thank you cards I need to make, and maybe we'll make a whole bunch of these friendosaurus cards. And some of my friends will laugh and think it's fantastic. But I like this one. It's punny. I like puns. But you've got just your different patterns. So you can use any designer series paper, any stamp set, and it will look fantastic. So here are our cards again. We'll lose the words if I put that one there. So lots of different options. Great way to use up scraps, and super simple. But you can kick it up a notch and make it crazy. So whatever you want to do. So that is all I have for you today. I hope you are staying healthy and safe, and I will talk to you again next week. Bye!